More than 200 people gathered at a Greytown marae today as Ngāti kahungunu ki Wairarapa celebrated the first person from their iwi to be knighted. Sir Kim Workman was knighted in the New Year's honours, and today was a chance for his community to pay tribute to the tireless justice campaigner. Te Aniwa Hurihanganui filed this report from Papawai Marae.
Sir Kim Workman has held many titles. He's been a cop, head of prisons, families commissioner and fierce campaigner for criminal justice reform. Add to that a jazz musician and a father. He's now the first person from Ngāti kahungunu ki Wairarapa to receive a knighthood.
When I got the knighthood, I thought, oh, I'd love to be able to have a celebration here, just to honour those people who helped to raise me when I was a boy, who sort of breathed knowledge into me and some wisdom, not all of it I don't think, but that I needed, but it was lovely.
More than 200 people gathered at Papawai Marae to celebrate the milestone. Ngāti kahungunu leader Ngāhiwi Tomoana says Sir Kim is not only a proud advocate for criminal justice reform, but also for his people.
There's acknowledgement that if you stick to the tikanga Māori and you stick to your whakapapa, you will be honoured from all sides. And that's what Kim's done. He's honoured his whakapapa from day one right to now. And now the state has recognised his contribution to the nation katoa.
When Sir Kim first entered the police force in 1958, he remembers that punishment was the focus when it came to dealing with crime.
The police had a very simplistic approach to their job, and their main thinking was that our role is to enforce the law and not to necessarily prevent offending or not to deal with issues of social harm.
It's an attitude he says has contributed to Māori being overrepresented in prison, with Māori making up more than half of those behind bars. And he says nothing will change if that mindset remains the same.
There needs to be a significant fundamental cultural change, and that's going to be really difficult to achieve. I think essentially it means we have to redefine the relationship between the Crown and Māori, and we have to give Māori much more authority over their own lives.
Justice reform advocate Laura O'Connell-Rapira says thanks to Sir Kim, she can see a justice system in the near future that is fair for everyone.
The world needs more Kim Workmans, and I and many of the other Just Speak whānau aspire to continue the legacy of the work that he and others like Annette Sykes and Moana Jackson and Tracy McIntosh, they've sort of paved the way for us to build the more beautiful, more just, more equitable future that our heart and people like him and their legacy shows us is possible.
Sir Kim's official investiture didn't happen at Papawai Marae.
I was advised that investitures were only rarely held at Marae, most commonly when the recipient is physically incapable of travelling or does not have long to live. Thankfully, I didn't qualify.
But he's thankful to be recognised there on the same day as it happens when Papawai Marae received Wāhi Tupuna classification on the New Zealand Heritage List. He says it's the centre of the universe, his tūranga waiwai, and celebrating his knighthood where he is from is something he won't forget. In Greytown for Checkpoint, I'm Te Aniwa Hurihanganui.